Welcome to a new episode. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, and share. In the summer of 2018, in the heart of Giza, Egypt, a respectable woman named Amal Muhammad was found murdered in front of her own home. What started as a mystery unraveled into a web of deception, manipulation, and cold-blooded murder. This is the story of Amal's tragic end, betrayed by the very woman her family welcomed with open arms. It was around midday when residents of a quiet building in Bulak el-Dakror, Giza, noticed something strange. The front door of one apartment stood ajar. As curious neighbors approached, what they saw next would haunt them forever. There, in front of her apartment door, lay Amal Muhammad, motionless, soaked in blood. She had been stabbed 12 times in the chest and the back. No signs of robbery. No broken doors. No screaming had been heard. It was as if she had been silenced before she could even fight back. When police arrived, they were stunned. Amal was well known in the neighborhood, kind, respectful, and loved. Who would want to kill her? And more importantly, why? To understand what happened, we need to go back to early 2017. To a man named Bassem Muhammad, Amal's younger brother. Ever since he was 15, Bassem had carried the weight of his family after their father passed away. He raised his siblings like a father, and no one was closer to him than Amal. He loved her like a daughter. Bassem sacrificed his youth, his dreams, and his happiness just to see his family comfortable. And when Amal got married in 2016, Bassem felt fulfilled. But inside, he longed for his happiness. That's when he saw her, Leila Ahmed, the most beautiful girl in the neighborhood. Leila had a reputation. Gorgeous, but cold. She rejected every suitor who came her way. But no one knew the real reason. She was secretly in love with a man named Hazam Ali, a broke and aimless young man who lived on the 3rd floor of her building. Despite his flaws, Leila adored him. But her family wouldn't approve, so she rejected everyone else, until Bassem came along. Bassem was stable, successful, and Leila said yes to him immediately. Because she saw in him an opportunity, a naive, gentle man she could manipulate. Leila had one strange condition before marriage: she would choose the apartment. Bassem showed her upscale places, but she refused them all. Instead, she insisted on a plain apartment in the same building where Hazam lived. No one knew why. But Leila was planning something dark. She wanted to continue her affair with Hazam while married to Bassem. And the apartment gave her exactly that. The wedding came. Everyone celebrated. Bassem was overjoyed. But Leila had other plans. That night, she told Bassem she was too tired to be with him and asked to rest. The next morning, she made a strange request: to feed the poor at a nearby mosque, claiming it was a vow she had made. Bassem, trusting as ever, agreed. He left the apartment at 8:15 a.m. and just minutes later, Leila climbed up to Hazam's apartment. She kept her promise, not to her husband, but to her lover. Over the next year, Bassem and Leila lived as husband and wife, but it was all a facade. While Bassem worked hard to build their life, Leila sneaked upstairs to be with Hazam. Sometimes, Hazam would even come down to her flat. Excuses like illness and headaches kept Bassem at bay. Leila played her role perfectly, and no one suspected a thing. Except Amal. Amal began to notice changes in her brother. He wasn't the same. She decided to visit the couple's home unannounced. When she arrived, Leila looked surprised. Nervous. Her phone kept ringing. Amal sensed something was wrong. So she asked to rest in a room alone and listened closely. There, she overheard Leila on the phone with Hazam, saying she couldn't come upstairs because her husband's sister was visiting. The betrayal hit Amal like a thunderbolt. Amal returned a few days later and confronted Leila face to face. Leila didn't deny it. She blamed Bassem. She claimed he wasn't romantic, that he didn't make her feel like a woman, and that Hazam filled that void. Then she promised to stop. To change. Amal believed her. For the sake of her brother's marriage, she kept the secret. But that decision would cost Amal her life. Leila knew Amal was a threat. If she spoke, everything would collapse. So she decided to silence her forever. She visited Amal's apartment, uninvited. When Amal opened the door, Leila pulled out a knife and stabbed her 12 times, in the chest and the back. Amal died on the spot. Police were baffled. No forced entry. No theft. No motive. Until Amal's close friend, Sarah Khaled, came forward. She revealed everything Amal had confided to her about Leila's affair with Hazam and the confrontation just days earlier. When police checked the building's CCTV, they saw Leila entering Amal's apartment just minutes before the murder. She was brought in for questioning twice. And the second time, she confessed everything. Leila Ahmed was arrested and charged with premeditated murder and adultery. Her trial shocked Egypt. Witnesses testified. Hazam admitted the affair, though he denied knowing about the murder. And on December 20, 2018, Leila was sentenced to death by execution. Bassem sat silently in court the day of the verdict. He had lost everything. His beloved sister, Amal, and the dream he had sacrificed his whole life for. He had given Leila his heart, and she had stabbed him in the back. This story is not just about a murder. It's about how blind trust, when placed in the wrong hands, can destroy everything. Bassem's kindness became his downfall. Amal's loyalty cost her life. And Leila's selfishness shattered a family. Thank you for watching. If this is your first time here, please subscribe, hit the bell, and help us spread stories that must never be forgotten. Until next time, stay safe.